Hey, what's up guys, Reese here, welcome to another video. So, we have an update on yesterday's video. If you didn't go see that, go watch it now, which was my motorcycle was stolen. Well, guess what? Happy doodah, 23 hours fucking later, the good old fellas have pulled through, the good old police, and they found it, which is awesome. So about 3 hours ago, as we're recording this, maybe a bit less, I got a call from the police this morning saying, yeah, we found your bike, come pick it up. And I was like, okay, then I asked them, first thing I said is, what's happened to it? How bad is it? And they said, it looks alright, which, I don't know. They weren't very bike savvy guys, which I'm not myself either, not that much. But, I mean, guess for a stolen bike that's been joyridden around, I guess it did look alright, but there is definitely some stuff going on. So we're going to have a look at some before and after pictures, explain what's happened and what I've got to do from now. But I'm just very happy, even though it's fucked up, that I've got it back. It's not that bad. It's running. Let's leave it at that. But yeah, so they came and actually picked me up in a police car and drove me all the way to where the bike was, which is nice because I live quite far away actually. You guys know there's not even public transport here, so they came and picked me up on the in a police car, which first time being in a police car, which is pretty good. But yeah, first let's look at some before pictures. Obviously I'm not going to tell you what's missing. That's the before picture of the bike. Honda CB125E, nice, clean, good, nothing wrong with it. Same kind of thing here, totally fine. You can see what's going on. A little phone mount there as well, that is important. So yeah, phone mount there, pretty good, not bad. It's just another picture of it just being fine. That's a blurry one because it's like a Snapchat screenshot. And then this is them. This is the police actually. This is funny. When we first got here, everyone's having a look at it. Everyone's like, "What the fuck is wrong with it?" And once again, another low resolution pictures. But yeah, good cops. They were very nice. But yeah, three of them. We first got there, but we were inspecting it all and that. Obviously, the first thing that we did is we chucked the keys in there. And now there was a problem. If you guys know, if you steal a bike and you don't have the keys, you got to find a way to get it working. So what their great idea, which it worked, they shoved a screwdriver in the ignition barrel until it worked pretty much. I'm not exactly sure how you hotwire and all that, but they smashed that up, which I'm not sure if they needed to do. But they did that. I don't know if then they gave up on that. But then they got, however it works, I'm not exactly sure how it works. Let me see, I should have a picture here of the little, this is the ignition. Where is it? Down here. This is the ignition. So this somehow came out of this barrel up here that you just saw, and it's all the way down here now. And now my bike is now a keyless bike. You don't need the keys anymore. They don't work. You just turn this thing a little bit clockwise and the bike starts up. So that's great. Obviously that's one of the things that are going to get fixed, because right now anyone could just, if I park it again, even worse, it's easier to steal now. Someone could actually steal it and get it moving just by turning that. I mean, if they know that's what's going on with it. So that's the first thing we noticed, and everyone was standing over it thinking, what the hell's wrong with it? We couldn't figure it out. No one saw that actually. So what happened is we saw it wasn't working. We tried other things. There was some wires not plugged in, so we plugged those back, and we thought maybe battery was flat. So I got to walk the bike back to the police station, which was great. I mean, it was quicker than them getting a trailer, so I did that luckily. But I don't mention that this bike was stolen like 200 meters from a police station and in a public area. Fucking idiots. So yeah, I walked it back. Then we got the jumper leads and all that just to see if it was a battery, but the battery was 100% charged, and that's when I noticed that, and I was like, what is this? This normally doesn't hang from my forks. What is that? And then he was messing with it as the other policeman hit the horn right in the other guy's face, and he's like, and we're like, I think it works now. So that was pretty much it, and we figured out that was working, all the lights, everything was working. So I just got to ride it home actually, but that's where the interesting part is. I got to ride it home looking like this. That's not the right picture. Shit, okay. I can show it anyway. That's actually a raw image from my camera, so it opens in a different program. But yeah, I got to ride at home like this, with the license plate half off, modified. They did a little bit of arts and craft to the license plate there, snapped off the fender or the mudguard here. They've taken I'm not sure if you call it a sissy bar or just a pillion bar or just some sort of bar. This is what it looked like before, guys. I'm not sure if it's actually, I don't think it's actually for the passenger to hold on to, because I meant to hold on to the person, but it's this little metal bar here that you can strap things to, or people. So they've taken that. Don't know why. I think they're trying to get under the seat, because they also broke off the seat. The seat has a key lock. You have to use the key to get the seat off. They actually didn't get the seat off. They broke the key part of the seat, but they didn't actually get the seat off, So I'm not sure if that was a problem, and they took that bar thinking that you take that off, you can get to the seat. But they couldn't get underneath the seat. I don't know why they wanted to get under there anyway. But yeah, you can see they took this bar off here, this bolt out, all this. This actually still all stands on fire. That's where the key is meant to go in there. That's been all snapped off, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, that's a bit fucked. But a lot of this, luckily, a lot of the damage besides the ignition is all pretty much cosmetic. Also, they stole another thing that's really funny. Have a look at this, right? This is the light for the license plate. That's a light right there. They stole that. They stole the fucking light. Now, I'm not sure if that's a kind of thing like, so they were riding it at night, the police wouldn't be able to see what plate it was. Not sure if that's why they did that, or that was, or they wanted the light. But yeah, they snapped, you can't really see it in that picture, but yeah, they snapped off that fucking light, which is hilarious. Yeah, you can see it there. It's not there. I hate this new Windows 10 default program, even though I got the other one, but it doesn't want to open a raw image. So they snapped off that, or took that with them. They cut the wire. You can actually see that's the wire for the light is right there. That's been cut. That's meant to illuminate the license plate, so obviously people can see what your license plate number is. So yeah, they did that. Fucked with the plate. I fixed the plate actually, so I saved a bit of money there. It was stupid paint, so I've actually just like kind of washed it off with a scrub. So they did that. What else happened? So the bar, what's this picture? Oh, yeah, that is where you can see that they've taken the light and cut the cable there. They took my phone mount, which is my phone mount before. You can see it here. A lot of this stuff that they've taken as well is really cheap stuff. Like that phone mount was $20 on eBay, and that's actually a nice one though. It has a phone mount, and we wired it to the battery, so it's got a USB charger on it as well, which is pretty good. So they took that. Like I say, it's $20, if that's probably less actually. They left a little bauble on there because they couldn't get it off properly. I guess they didn't have a fucking wrench or whatever. They did that. They also took the camera mount from the other side, so that you can't really see here because I don't have it before. But the phone was here, and then there was a action camera here. They taken that little, the camera wasn't it, but it's just a little plastic waterproof covering. That was, once again, the whole camera was less than $40, including all that. So they took that. It's not much of a big deal. Here's once again the ignition that they fucked with. So that's all like dented and that. So that is the main like actual two issues are legal wise. I'm not sure the ignition's even like matters legally, but the license plate, you definitely need that illuminated. Now the ignition, I think that's more of my problem, because I don't know, do you legally need to have the ignition working with a key? I mean, I don't know. It's just more of a problem that it's easy to steal now. Obviously, I'll get that fixed, but the main two glaring issues that aren't cosmetic would be that light and then fixing the ignition barrel and putting that back together. I hope that isn't too expensive. I really hope that's not, because the bike, I've paid $1,300 for it secondhand. I think they're around $3,000 brand new. This is Australian, of course. But yeah, so I hope that that's only a few $100s to fix, maybe even less, hopefully. Yeah, nothing else really. The bike seems to run fine. It was almost out of petrol. Yeah, you can see it's just the bar. The seat's a bit awkwardly angled. They got a little bit of scratch in the seat that wasn't there before. Also, the fairings or the side covers here, I've just taken them off myself. They're all fine. I think one of the key actually, or the bolt's missing from one of them, but I don't think they actually fucked with it. I'm not sure the key works. But yeah, so that's fine. Other than that, the bike actually runs pretty good. You can't really see it from this picture might be a bit more, but they actually fingerprinted it, and it's got all the dust on it still, which is pretty funny. So hopefully they do find the guy. They haven't as of yet found out who it is, but I would appreciate that if they did. But other than that, guys, I've got to pay hopefully less than like $400 to get everything fixed, of like the ignition, the light. I mean, already looking at lights on eBay, they're $8 for LED license plate light, stuff like that. Like I say, I'm not even going to bother fixing a lot of it. Like I might just do something to that so that's not hanging. But other than that, like, do I need to replace it? I got to figure out exactly if it has any like issues of what it's actually doing besides just holding things on. Because I don't want that. Obviously, I'll replace that bar if it's holding something on. But if it's just like this metal bar and it's not actually doing much, maybe we don't need to replace that kind of stuff. At the end of the day, if it's cosmetic and I don't have the money, fuck it. If the bike looks a bit dodgy, as long as it runs fine. Like even this is after it's recovered. This is all fucked up. It's still a pretty nice looking bike, Obviously try to fix that, give it a wash and that. Just ignition is the main actual problem of using it. They didn't steal the battery or anything like that. I do believe they're actually coming back for the bike, which is luckily we found it because it was just left out in the open. It still had fuel in it. Like I made it home and I've still got, probably could go up, back and forward a few times. But other than that, it still works fine, sounds good. The actual mechanics and the electricals of the bike still work, which is the main thing, It's just some cosmetic and then that ignition barrel, which God knows how much that's going to cost. Hopefully it's not too much. Other than that, guys, the bike is back. I can't thank the police enough. They really helped. I'm surprised they actually got it, I'm really surprised because it's so easy to hide a bike it's mainly the person who stole its problem, because they, like I say, they left it just back out on the road. That's where the camera went. They haven't even unscrewed. Looks like they snapped it. So yeah, all like the horn and all that still works fine. So yeah, lucky they just left it there. I don't know if they got bored or they were coming back for it or what, but they didn't bother stealing the engine or anything that was actually expensive from it, you know. All they did was like break some stuff. But yeah, like I say, some of this stuff doesn't look like it even really needs to be fixed, or I can kind of get like a little temporary fix. Like I said, I'm gonna get a new bike kind of hopefully soon anyway, once I get a bit more stable money coming in, because it is only a 125 and it's pretty cheap. So I definitely want to get a 250 or more. But I'm just glad, because that is my only mode of transport. So I'm just happy it's back. May look a bit dodgy, but you know, fix up that seat, make sure it's not on a lean, give it a wash, get rid of all that powder. See, it looks like the paint's fucked up, but that's just the fingerprinting powder. So give all that, angle that up properly, maybe find, I mean, you probably won't be able to find a replacement bar. You know, for pretty cheap, you'd probably have to buy a brand new one, something like that. Fix the license plate. That's actually, the fender's broken, but stuff like that, or the mud flap, whatever you want to call it, I don't think it's, you know, it's not actually needed, you know. It's kind of like, it's not that important. Bike still works without it, that kind of thing. So I'm trying to just go with minimal and fixing the things that actually mattered, just to save my money there, and then probably just buy a new bike when I can anyway. But I'm just happy we got it back, guys. Thanks for all the well wishes. I honestly didn't think I was going to get it back, and then